Hey y'all, welcome to blaquespan. Oh, I just ate a bowl of cereal, y'all, so excuse me. How y'all doing today out there? So today I want to talk to you guys about man husbands, honey. So sit back, relax, and it is time to talk about it. Because to be honest with you, my dogs just had a fight, y'all. So to be honest, I'm a little right now. But I did tell y'all I was coming right back after the last video about the hood therapist. So here I am. But child, I don't know. I have to get rid of them. Like I love both my dogs, but like one of them gonna have to go, bro. Like they both of them already swole up, puffed up, and they steady. The older brother is steady punking the little one. Like bro, I should have. Nobody told me not to get two boys. I didn't know him at the time of purchase. The person I bought the dogs from didn't advise me against it, which I think was messed up of them, considering the fact that we were friends since like junior high, and I guess they just wanted to make the money instead of telling me, hey, this isn't a good idea. But it's all good. People do what people gonna do. That's the reason why me and that person not friends no more, I guess. So anywho, still love her to death, but you know, loving someone that don't love you don't do you no good. Whether y'all in a relationship or friendship, or whatever kind of ship you in. You can't be the only person that cares about the other person. You feel me? Anywho, so today we're gonna talk about man husbands and who really created them and where do they really come from? Like, what are the son? No, they're called son husbands. Son husbands. Y'all know what's up? Oh no, don't close it. Damn it. Y'all know what son husbands are when you have that mama's boy who is paying everybody's bills, struggling to pay his mama bills and take care of home at the same time, and the mother who is allowing him to do such a thing, you know, I understand if your mother's up in age and can no longer care for herself, but if they're in their 50s and 60s and getting Social Security and getting a check, the most you should have to do is pay a light bill every now and then. And that's only if they're on the poorer end of the spectrum. But if they were making money throughout their whole life, then their retirement, their IRA, and plus the other benefits they get from the state possibly should be able to sustain them. So when you're guilting your son into buying you a new car because his wife got one, things like that, I think that's weird, personally. But y'all have to ignore my dog crying if y'all hear him. They just had another fight, like I said, and he wants to go outside. The other one wants to come inside. The other one want to go outside. So it's like, I'm not supposed to do this with them. At this point, one of them going to have to go. It is what it is. You know, I'm going to heal them both and try to get them together, but one of them going to have to go. I'm supposed to cry thinking about it, but I just can't do it. Anyway, so let's hear what this black man has to say about son husbands. Excuse me.
Son husbands. Products of the single mother raised kid.
Wait. See, this is my first problem. The single mother raised kid. Not a product of the fatherless home. And see, he thought about that. That was intentional. If you look at his face, he intentionally avoided the male accountability. Did y'all peep that? Watch this. Look. Let's go back. That was me rewinding. That wasn't funny. It was funny to me, honey. It was funny to me. Don't do me. Hold on. So it's kind of like how they'll say, how can I put it? It's kind of like how they'll say these men are weak and act like girls because they were raised by women, not because they were abandoned by men. And when I say men, I'm talking about not only did your baby daddy abandoned the child, but so did his brothers, which is the child's uncle. So did his grandfather, which is the child's father. So there's a whole lineage of men that comes with this abandonment. You know, my situation is the only difference is my daughter has 5 uncles that she can go to for help. You know what I mean? Whereas other people might have 5 brothers and they all say, "If that baby." You see what I'm saying? So, hold on, y'all. Hush! Wait. Y'all still heard that, huh? Why did I do that? What? Y'all stop playing with me. Don't play on my top. Oh, I just played on my own top. Tap dance. Tap dance on this shit. But anyway, so so it's like he intentionally avoided accountability on that. Did y'all see that? Watch this. We're gonna do it again. Okay, let's watch it again.
Son husbands. Products of the single mother raised kid. That's basketball player.
You see that? That's weird, right? Okay.
Kissing his mother. I have a mother. I don't kiss her like that.
Okay, he acting like it was a tongue kiss. It was a peck on the lips. They just happened to catch right there. It was like a mwah. I love you, mommy. Mwah. Me and mama kiss all the time. We don't necessarily kiss directly on the lips, but it's more like a corner lip kiss. Like, love you, mommy. Mwah. You know how your lips touch a person's, the corner of their lips and they cheek at the same time? It's one of those. Because she coming at me while I'm coming at her. You know, these are her lips and her face. Mwah. You know? I don't give a fuck how I kiss my mama. I kiss my mama on the back of the neck, the back of the hand, the forehead, the nose. Shit, that's my goddamn mama. Shit. I came out that whole coochie. I can kiss her if I want to. Like, only there has to be a certain lapse in judgment, or I don't want to insult the man intellectually or mentally, you know, because I'm not sure of his mental capability. For him to have thought that quick on how to shift accountability, he's quick on the draw. But it's like he's projecting at this point. Like, maybe just because you don't kiss your mother like that, that doesn't make it perverse for him to kiss his mother like that. She looks like, "Oh, my baby, mommy love you." Like, that is love right there. It ain't my fault. Look, if your mama ain't love on you like that, bro, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I done sat on my daddy's lap. It wasn't no perverted shit. I used to sleep on my daddy's stomach. My daddy had to make me stop sleeping on his stomach, and I was probably like 7 or 8 then. Because my daddy, my daddy was a slim guy, but he had this belly, and like you could crawl on it, and you could just lay there, just like, and then it'd be like a ride on a roller coaster. It'll go. And that motherfucker, he used to breathe deeper, so that motherfucker used to go. This just go up and down like, bro, who don't want to sleep on that? And it's all squishy and shit. Who don't want to sleep on that? Man, my dad say, "Man, you too big to be laying on my stomach. You starting to hurt my stomach, bro. Like, you too heavy." It wasn't because, oh, I'm getting turned on by my baby laying on my belly. It was because, bro, you, like, I can't even roll over because you up here on top. Let me go. Let your daddy sleep. Give your daddy a break. You've been laying on my stomach for all your life, bro. Please go get in your bed. Please. You know? It wasn't like no perverted stuff, and that was, I ain't let my daughter lay on me. Like, why? What, is you gonna get turned on by your infant? Shit, if you fat and you got a belly, babies like bellies. Boobs and bellies. Shit, and if your mama fat, shit, we laying on that too. That's the best of both worlds. That bitch has some titties and a belly. But anyway, so it's like, don't make an emotional connection or a bond like that with your child. Don't make it perverted. Like, did y'all hear his speech? Like, his mama was in the gym shooting shots with him. She gave up everything. She didn't miss no games. I'm talking about that mean that lady was leaving work to go watch her son play. Like, come on, man. That type of unwavering support? Yeah, I'ma kiss my mama. What you talking about? But where's his daddy to kiss and hug and dab him up? Do Kevin Durant got a daddy? I don't know. Let's go look. But where he at? Look at these dumb Negroes. And you know what? Play.
Not as an adult. But the son husband is a direct effect of the removal of the masculine man who she could not maintain or chose to turn over his authority to
Hold
could
on.
not maintain or chose to
y'all heard that? Listen.
of the masculine man.
So the removal of the masculine man, number one, a masculine man cannot be moved. A masculine man cannot be removed. You can't move no masculine man because he gonna stand 2 feet planted. Man, when my parents got divorced, my daddy tried to take us. What is you saying? Like, bro, these my kids. They just gonna stay with me. You good? I got him. He didn't have us, but still. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, both my parents come from academia. I can imagine that battle, boy. They was in that tussling in that courtroom. Not physically, but, I mean, it's funny now, but, like, I should have went to the hood therapist. Shit. But anyway, so the removal of the masculine man? Why do men always want to put masculine in front of man whenever they say it? Is it because they know the majority of them are female driven and are overloaded with estrogen? Is it because they know that they lack estrogen and they lack testosterone? They are mostly estrogen, and your power, your strength comes from testosterone. Oh, okay.
And who she could not maintain or chose to turn.
Okay, who she could not maintain. Now I'm going for the words he's saying. Now he didn't say she couldn't maintain a relationship with him because it takes 2 people to maintain a relationship. A lot of times these women be in marriages, relationships, and even friendships by themselves. Okay, and that relationship is not going to go anywhere if you're in it alone. If you're in love alone, you're in a relationship alone, like you're in this to win this alone. You're in business alone. Like when you have partners, but you are in it alone, stop it. When you are the only person active in the children's life and you're married, that means you're a single parent. That marriage don't change nothing. You could be in a marriage, literally a wife, and be a single parent. I've seen it with my own eyes. So it's like, where does he get off saying that she could maintain him? Shouldn't they be maintaining the relationship together as a whole? Right? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Like what? Like, come on. And then she's giving she's taking authority. She's giving away. Look at this, giving away authority. Authority is something you take, not give.
He could not maintain or chose to turn over his authority to sell you out for nickels and dimes.
See, I'm so sick of this shit. Here they go with this bullshit again. Like, why do y'all keep saying that the black family was sold out for nickels and dimes? That's not true. Because if that's the case, when the welfare system changed and was restructured to now men and women as families can all go in the welfare house and apply for welfare as a family, since the laws have changed, then where's the black family now? Food stamps not putting you out the home now. Everybody can get them. Men can get them, women can get them, everybody can get food stamps now. So everybody can get housing now. You can be a family, get on housing together. So now what is it? What is it? Now, so if that's what broke the family up then why is welfare not breaking up the family now? People keep going to these long time ago days, but for them 4 years, Brother Man from the 5th floor. For those 4 years that law was in place about welfare, they been did away with that. So I'm just trying to figure out at what point did these last 80, 1960, 70, 80, 90, these last 50 years, okay, somewhere between 45 and 50 years, why are you still not at home? Why are you still abandoning your families? And nobody's forcing you. The welfare system not forcing you to leave now. Those nickels and dimes not forcing you to leave now. Now why are you gone? Because I done seen families. I don't want to put nobody out there because people know me, but a good girlfriend of mine and her husband went to get food stamps together. Okay, my homegirl and her husband, I think he got hurt at work or something. They filled out the housing was pulling lottery numbers. They filed for housing together as a family. Him, her, and her. She has 6 now, so I want to say they had 4 then. They got housing together. They were on Section 8 together. They moved to Brenham to get Section 8 because it was easier in the country. They moved, they got Section 8, stayed out there for a year on their Section 8, transferred their vouchers to the city. Like, it's not giving what it's giving. He's lying. You have to do extra paperwork. There's more to prove because there are 2 able-bodied people in the house. So why can't both of y'all get 2 chicken shit jobs and afford the bills? But they both had 2 chicken shit jobs. They really did. They were very undereducated. They were unemployed at times. Like, they had it rough. All they had was love. That was all they had. Now they got money, you know what I'm saying? Because he was able to finally get a driver's license because they did away with the laws. As soon as he got a driver's license, the pandemic hit, and oh boy, we got a truck and a trailer and started him a business. And now they all balling. And before the pandemic, they had been on welfare in a long time. But the point is, they got it when they needed the help. You see what I'm saying? So they nobody sell you out for no nickels and dimes. Nobody turned over your authority because I think by authority, he's confusing authority, which is the wrong word, with parental rights. They can't turn over your parental rights just to get food stamps or welfare or something like that. They can tell the government you exist and say, oh, he ain't doing nothing, so I have to get Medicaid, I have to get this, I have to get that because the father isn't helping me. They can put your name down as the father of the child so that when it come down to getting their reimbursement for Medicaid and all that stuff, they're going to do it. They can do that. But what they can't do, what they're not going to do, is they're not going to take your parental rights. The system doesn't do that. Black men are just willingly giving that shit away and abandoning their children. Abandoning. Y'all heard me? Abandoning their children. Okay?
And support. And turn them over to the public school. Okay? The son...
Turn them over to the public school? Turn them over to the public so now now it's the single black mother fault that the child has to go to school. What? I must have heard that wrong. Let's go back. Let's go back a few seconds. Go right here.
Who she could not maintain or chose to turn over his authority to sell you out for nickels and dimes and support and turn them over to the public school. Okay? The son husband essentially basically is the masculinity. He's the masculine presence for nickels and dimes and support and turn them over to the public school.
For nickels and dimes and support. And the money ain't no nickels and dimes. Some of these girls is getting anywhere from $3,000 to $2,000 in food stamps, depending on how many kids they got. That's a big help. Then they getting free medical care. That's a big help. That shit is expensive. Those are nickels and dimes. And then if they're getting a free apartment and only have to pay $8 to $25 a month in rent, that's not nickels and dimes. Considering to get a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment nowadays gonna run you about $1,200, and they getting it for $8 to $25. That's not no nickels and dimes. That's why y'all complaining about child support, even though y'all child support is nickels and dimes. I done went through that. And y'all better scroll down, look at the other videos. Now, are there some women who take advantage of the welfare system? Yeah, but most of those women aren't even black women. That's y'all exotic preference. They do that. And that's just a statistical fact. There's more white women on welfare than there is black women. It is what it is. We are the highest earning group of women. We're slowly nipping at the heels of white men. We're definitely the highest educated, the most entrepreneurial. So, like, what does he get off saying that it's nickels and dimes? No, it's not, and it makes a big difference in a child's life and their lived experience when they have those things provided to them. Now, it's not the child's fault or the mother's fault that the guy decides not to raise his child. A relationship doesn't work, fine. People break up all the time. But when you break up with her, you do not break up with your child. And that's the problem. Y'all break up with the woman and be done with the child too. And that's not how life works. And then you get mad and complain about child support. About $40 a week. What? $40 a week? That's nickels and dimes. Why don't these guys spend their time addressing guys? You know, and he's saying son husbands as if he's about to address men and tell men, hey, don't put your wife as the number one woman in your life. Treat your wife right. You know, I understand that you love your mother and you want to be there for your mother, but when you are married and you have a family, you have children, you have a family of your own, that becomes your number one priority. He's not telling men that. That is constructive. That's something that men need to hear, you know? But for him to say that the existence of the the son-husband mentality comes from women, no. It comes from the abandonment of men. That's crazy.
Okay? The son-husband essentially he basically is the masculinity. He's the masculine presence that is used in place. He's the masculine presence that is used in place of the absent male in a single mother's life. That community, in particularly, 70% or better. I believe he's from Washington, D.C. Go look up the stats. He basically is going to assume the duties.
Hold on. 70% or better of what? See, I hate when they say go look at the stats, but then they don't complete the sentence when it comes to the stat. So 70% of black families in Washington, where Durant is from, are abandoned by fathers or fatherless homes. So say that. Say he's from a community that where overwhelmingly the father has abandoned the child. There's an overwhelming number of abandoned households, of fatherless households in Washington. Why he just won't say that? See, because men will do anything to make themselves look good. But bro, just cause you saying what you're saying, people are living in these communities. They're living the experience. So you can't tell a single mother who wants the child's father to be in their life, who's like, come get him, come pick her up. They can't go with you. And they not coming. You have more children out there that have experienced their sitting on the porch, waiting on their daddy to pick them up, than you have children who have actually gotten picked up. So stop. Like, stop like giving these guys the room they need to not be anything. To not add to the existence of their child. To not be part of the lived experience of their child. Especially when these guys are having money. I know this guy, he's a drug dealer. He sells keys. He sells kilos at a time. And he drives, I think it's a Maserati. Now, Maseratis are not, they're not that put together. Maintenance is high and frequent on them hoes. But. I've never had one. I have had friends with them. But guess what? His child don't even have a car. He got a child that has a mental health, and he won't even pay for therapy, pay for a therapist, pay for psychological help. You rich. You hood rich. I mean, you ain't paying no taxes on not $1 you make. So that's richer than rich. And guess what? Guess what the F what? You got a child with no car and a mental health child with no doctor. Abandonment. And this way he want to go here and blame the mother who stayed and did her best. Child.
Of the father who was removed or poorly selected by her.
Oh, wait, removed or poorly selected? Let's go back. I know, let's this in full context, because, I like to go back a little bit.
Go look up the stats. Mm-hmm. He basically is going to assume the duties of the father who was removed or poorly selected by her.
Removed. Now, even if, let's just go by his logic, and I'm going to say me. Say I'm with a guy, right? And I remove him from my life, and I do not want to be with him anymore. I put him out the house. I give him his 3 trash bags together because and most likely it was my house. And he moved into my house. We didn't move into a house together that he paid for. You know how these black men are. So let's just go by his logic. And I broke up with my child's father, got him to get his trash bags, get it out of my house. And he moves out. Does that mean that he's absolved of his parental duties? Does that mean he's no longer a father? Shouldn't he still come around and pick up his child, pick up his son? Why was the mother in the gym shooting shots with him? Why wasn't his father? Right? Removed or poorly selected. Listen to what he's saying. Everything is the woman's fault. Even the fact that the son husband exists is her fault. It's her fault. Yeah, she's partially to blame. Because us women, we don't have no problem at pointing out the flaws of other women. You saw how that other woman just hated on that other therapist and got her to lose her job because she doxed her. So us women ain't got no problem with coming at other women. I don't. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And at the end of the day, yes, a woman could be wrong for pedestalizing her son and telling her son that he's the man of the house, which he is not. You are a boy child being raised by his mother whose father abandoned him. That's it. I am the woman of this house, and there is no man of the house at the time. So I get it. And then I also get why a woman would tell her son that, because she wants him to grow up to be a good man, and she thinks she's doing the right thing by saying, hey, you're the man of the house. This is how you run a house. This is what needs to be done in a house. And she thinks I don't think they even realize the unhealthy attachment that brings to the relationship, to be honest. And then by the time they're grown, they're both, the mother and the son are both too far gone in this way of thinking to correct it on their own without outside help. So I get trying to raise a son to be responsible and be a provider and be a protector. But in doing so, and telling he's a man already and he's a man of your house, you're making it seem like he has to provide and protect you and not in generally provide and protect as a man. And then on the flip side of that, you don't want your child to think he's the ranking dominating man in the house, because then when you do finally get a man, your son is going to try to square off with him because you've been telling him his whole life that he's the man of the house. And then when you get a boyfriend, you want that guy to be the man of the house. So always leave a child in a child's place. Okay, so that's the mother's fault in creating the son husband. Okay, sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's intentional. But the father's fault in it is not being there to raise your child. Okay, you get put out the house. Yeah, you get put out the house by me. We're going back to the scenario. And then you decide to not parent anymore. That's not my fault. I can call you. I can beg you. A lot of times when black women file child support, it's because they want them to start visiting their child. You know what I mean? Or they won't come visit, so the least you can do is help me take care of him. But if you're a father, there's no reason for a good man to be on child support. A good man is not on child. I don't care how much they whining and moaning and bitching and complaining. Good men are not on child support. Okay? You automatically take care of your child. You're not crumbing your child. Because baby mamas know how much money you got. Okay? And it's not wrong for a mother to want their child to be as balling as the father. You know, and unfortunately, and you can't really do it by yourself all the time. You know, and I think that's really sad when people try to position themselves to say when there's two people involved, but it's only one person's fault at the negative outcome. You know, and then when you have people like LeVar Ball, you know, oh, he's a great dad. He's there for his children and blase, blase. But if those boys had came out messed up, it'd have been that white woman's fault. Oh, no, black men don't like to blame white women for nothing. Never mind. Because Kiki White is fucked up, and it's not her white mama's fault. Claudia Shepard, Davis, Will Johnson, whatever her color's Claudia name is on Fox Soul, she messed up, but it's not her white mama's fault. You know, those biracial white mamas can never go wrong. Oh, but these black women, they mess the kids up left and right.
And he's going to give her all of that masculine energy up until a point. I won't say what else is going on. But
then he's insinuating, excuse me, he's insinuating SA. Okay.
What she's going to do, she's going to keep him close as she would a husband.
A lot of single parents, especially when they don't have one child, they keep them close. A lot of single parents with one child, it took everything in me not to make my daughter feel as though she was a friend of mine and for me to keep that mother role. You know what I mean? Because I only have one child. You know, and I want to be close to her. I want to be bonded to her, but I don't want her to be so close to me to where she doesn't want to make friends or she doesn't want to go out and venture out and leave home and stuff like that. Now, we cool. We real close. She can come tell me anything. You know, we talk about sex, weed, money, whatever it is that she feel like she wants to experience in life, and I'll talk to her and give her the honest truth about it. I'll assist her in helping her grow her businesses. I'll do whatever my child needs me to do for her, but she respects me as her mother, and she knows I'm not her homegirl. You know what I mean? And that was hard to do because from work to home to work, it's only you and your child. Sometimes your child is the only other person that you see, so that's who you watch movies with. That's who you go to the movies with. That's who you go play. That's who you go out with. And just because y'all not going to the club, but that's who you have your outings with. You know what I mean? But that's just me as being from a single parent. I don't know Durant's childhood upbringing. I know that boy love his mama though.
She's going to guilt him into supporting her because she highly likely is never going to get married ever again.
Okay, so why would she have to be guilted? Let me tell you something. My mama did anything for me coming up. So she doesn't have to guilt me into doing a goddamn thing. Okay? I'm going to willfully look out for my mother. And I know guys who are the same way. My homeboy, the last homeboy I was dealing with, he'll give his mama a car. He'll do anything for his mama. Well, not anything, you know, because he's a Capricorn. No, we give shit and take it back. We Indian givers. Who of y'all knew the historical logic behind the true definition of Indian giver? Y'all would just be like white people. Anyway, so you don't necessarily have to guilt them because, like, you my mama. You did everything for me coming up. Yeah, I got all this money. Of course I'm going to spoil you. Like, what the hell? Why not? Why not? You only got one parent. You only got one parent. Why not look out for the one who was actually there for you and loved you down to the goddamn ground and did anything for you? You ain't got to guilt me. My mama ain't got to guilt me and doing nothing. She just called me and asked. I'm on the way. Ay. What see, I said you can have whatever you like. Now, I do have to surprise her with gifts sometimes because, you know, if I just tell her I'm going to buy you this and buy you that, and she's not going to accept it. Like, she wouldn't let me remodel her house recently and stuff like that. But, like, and I told her, 4 times I've told her now because her garage is broke to get the people to come fix it. I'm going to pay for it. She still ain't got to fix it. I know she waiting to get it fixed herself. You know? But anyway.
She knows that. She hopes she's on Tinder trying to date me or date somebody who has beta male energy.
So he's a beta male? That explains it. Well, I already told you no black man is an alpha male. There's not a one alpha black male out there. It's like stop. Anyway, she's on Tinder trying to date you. They all want to be wanted. Like, don't they? Like, no, she is not. Kevin Durant mama damn sure ain't checking for you because you ain't got more money than her son. Stop. Pump the brakes. Anyway, so like, look at the ego. She trying to date me or a beta male, obviously trying to insinuate that he's alpha, and she can't get me, so she's gonna have to get a beta. But you want Tinder.
To be the father who stepped up. All right? Not the stepfather. But she's going to guilt him into being that lifelong support as a husband would be. She's basically going to sabotage any connections that man will have at selecting his mate. She'll sabotage it because she knows that is her means of support going forward. If she has a daughter, that daughter is going to be seen as competition to her. So if that daughter remains in the household long enough, what's going to happen is that daughter's going to be the younger version of her. She got to remove that daughter in order to find her a man. So she'll feed that daughter to the lions out there. Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad, Tyrone, Dexter, Derek, whoever it is. She'll release them to the hounds and she'll be a victim. Teenage pregnancy at a young age. And then guess what? The cycle repeats. We're going to keep this wheel going. Who benefits? Not you as the man, not the male authority. Who else benefits?
Why would the male authority benefit when the male authority abandoned the household? What benefit would you have off of any black children or any society, anything? You're refusing to take blame that it's your fault that the community is in the shambles that it's in now. You know, we went from communities to neighborhoods, from neighborhoods to just hoods. Whose fault is that degradation, that decline? Who? You, leader? No matter what, no matter how bad y'all want it to be a matriarch, this is a patriarchal society. You cannot assign. You can't assign that. It is said, and the white man has written it, and he has said it is a patriarch. So just because you're not stepping up to the mantle of manhood, don't say, "Oh, we're in a matriarch and those black women are fucking up the black community." No. We're in a failing patriarchy, and you're failing to be men or step up to the mantle of manhood. So this is your L to tote. All of this is your L. It lays at the male's feet. If your patriarch isn't functioning properly, it's because you aren't functioning properly as a man. That's on you, bro. That is your fault. So I don't understand why this whole video surrounding son husbands when he should be talking to these guys. Look, this is what happens to your sons when you abandon them. This is what happens. Stay there. Raise your child. Because instead, he'll be giving a nice, firm handshake to his father instead of a kiss to his mama. I want to go back to this part right here.
That daughter is going to be seen as competition to her. So if that daughter remains in the household long enough,
listen to this. Hold on.
She'll sabotage it because she knows that is her means of support going forward. If she has a daughter, that daughter is going to be seen as competition to her.
Now, do some people do this? Yes. And so let me ask you this. If black men know that all of this is wrong with black women, just follow me down, follow me here. If they know that black women are so messed up mentally and so incapable of raising children, apparently daughters or sons, why are you abandoning your child and leaving them with her? Huh? Why? Why are you abandoning your children and leaving them basically thrown to the proverbial wolves, because her daughter's competition and her son is her man. So why would you leave your child in a household like that? Since you are conscious of this, you know this mentality exists in black women. You know it's their fault. Black women ruined the community. They ruined the black family. They sold you out for welfare. Black women did all this. All of this. Turned the daughters into hoes and the sons in the tricks. They did all of this. But you still leaving your child with them. There's still Y'all, all you millions of guys in the manosphere, how many of y'all have fatherless homes under y'all's belt? Let's be real. How many of y'all got baby mamas? Most of the manosphere has baby mamas, not wives. So why are y'all leaving y'all children to their own recognizances, with these women, and you know they ain't worth a damn? Make it make sense. I don't owe the court sides with me, baby. The court side on right. If you go in this court and prove you got more money than her, you more capable than her, you got more time to spend with your child than her, the judge gonna come up off them kids. She gonna have to come up off them kids. I've seen it happen plenty of times. Like I said, my homeboy went to court, took his baby mama to court, got his. He said, "Man, look, I got my own house. I'm former military. I was in the Marines. So not only do I get a check from that, but I'm an artist. I make gold teeth. I work for movie productions. Blah 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 blah. So I got the money. And with me being self-employed, I got the time, and I got the home structure. She don't have none of the above. Point. So it's like, what do you get off saying that, oh, the system gonna automatically abide? We both black. We both get the rock bottom end of justice. So trust me, we're gonna be treated the same in a court of law, like two niggas. And that's just what it is.
So if that daughter remains in the household long enough, what's gonna happen is that daughter's gonna be the younger version of her. She gotta remove that daughter in order to find her a man.
Now, is this partially true? Yes, I've seen women, very seldom though, I've seen women that look at their daughters as competition. The most times I've seen this is with my biracial homegirls and their white mothers. I've seen a lot more white mothers look at that daughter like competition because she has the curly hair, the ample shape, this, that, and the third. And I've seen one of my biracial homegirls, her mother's white, remarried a white guy and has 100% white children. When she got molested by her stepfather, the mother didn't believe her, threw her out, put her out, and she lived on the streets from 16 to like 19, and she finally got with this dope dealer because, you know, biracial mean the closer to white, the better you are. He left his wife, who was with him from nothing to something. He was an older guy from Acres Homes. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. But he left his wife and got with her. And them 2 years on the streets, she had contracted HIV, so and then they both end up down to AIDS. Ain't that something? But anyway, he got tooed. But that's not funny. But yeah, she died at 26 years old. So young, yeah. I think I met her when I was like 13, 14. And I'm the one told her to tell her mama. I ain't know the white pathology. I just told her shut the fuck up, bitch. You almost grown. You about to, we graduate high school next year, bitch. Us go to college. That's how most kids run away from home when they go to college. But anyway, but mostly black women are raised to be women who've been abandoned by their man. They mostly raise their daughters to be self-sufficient, to not need anyone, where they raise their sons to need them. That's the difference. So it's not so much the son as a son husband, it's so much as a dependent, because they didn't have a man. You know what I mean? So I understand what he's saying. But what I don't understand is why he's not blaming the father in the creation of the son husband and the daughter being thrown to the wolves. You know what I mean? So your child's mother wouldn't have had such a mental breakdown, you know, because being a single mother will cause mental illness. So she wouldn't have had such an emotional mental breakdown had you still been there and made that family whole. Because it's less stressful. It's less stressful being a mother when there's a father there in the home. And they said so in their article that I read to you guys. Y'all remember about the article about crime and violence? Most of the crime and violence come from children who are abandoned by their fathers. Most of the irresponsibleness, the emotionally irresponsible, come from guys who are abandoned by their fathers, because the fathers teach guys how to feel. You know what I mean? How to feel and how to embody testosterone. How to be strong. It's okay to cry, son, but it's not okay to suck. You know what I'm saying? Don't live in sorrow and self-pity. You let that stuff roll off your back, roll down your muscles, roll down your pectorals, and you get up because you the man of the house. You got a family depending on you. See, those are the things, those are the emotional responsibilities that a guy can teach another guy. You know what I mean? But there's nothing there. You know, a lot of girls that have fathers are the ones I know that are married because they had that guidance to where they know they could check a man without checking a man to be raised and making them feel some type of way. They've seen a healthy relationship between a mother and a father, and how the mother communicates with the father, and how the mother can get what she wants from dad without dad being upset, or how dad can get what he wants from mom without mom being upset or feeling used. You know what I mean? How they protect and provide and love each other, you know, through it all. You know what I mean? So how she's coveting her man, but he's also coveting his woman. So it's like they like that. They like the sense of self, the sense of self-esteem, the confidence that comes built into a woman who has a father versus one who needs validation. See, these women have already been validated. And these women, fatherless women, are seeking validation. So her mother doesn't have to throw her to the wolves. She is going to purposefully go out there to those wolves because she's going to be still seeking that male approval that she's not getting at home, that unwavering love of a man that every girl deserves growing up before womanhood. And if she doesn't get that, she's going to be that same little girl because that's traumatic. You remember when you experience trauma, mentally you stay at the same age that you experienced trauma. This is why therapists tell you to talk to your inner child, because most of the time that trauma happened when you were a child. So you mentally, emotionally, it stopped growing. So once she realized, when you come to the realization that you don't have a daddy, when that girl comes to that realization that she doesn't have a daddy, oh, I bet she just go find one. And that's why these black men take advantage of them and call me, I'm your daddy. Call me daddy. I be your zaddy. You know what I mean? All that is a mental fuck shit. That's game. That is game. But it's the mama's fault. She left her, she ran her off and threw her out there with Pookie and Ray Ray. No, she didn't. She willfully went out there to Pookie and Ray Ray because she's looking for the validation that she didn't get from her father. Her alpha father. Sorry.
So she'll feed that daughter to the lions out there. Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad, Tyrone, Dexter, Derek, whoever it is. She'll release them.
I like how Pookie and Ray Ray can only be black, though, in these guys' minds. It's like they upholding white supremacy, don't even realize it. That's just a side note, though.
To the hounds, and she'll be a victim. Teenage pregnancy at a young age, and then guess what? The cycle repeats.
Yeah, the cycle repeats of abandonment. The cycle of abandonment. She goes out there to Tyrone and them, and then she gets knocked up, and then Tyrone burns off. That's the cycle. That's what's repetitive in the black community. It's not so much as because you can get pregnant at a young age, and that child can step up to the mantle of manhood because he has a father, and he's gonna be a great teen dad. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna go to college. He's gonna do what he has to do for himself. My nephew just had a child at 18. He's not abandoning his child, and they never were together. They were just two kids having sex. And they got pregnant. And he's not abandoning his child just because he's not with the mother. Nah. He's finishing high school. This is last year. He's getting him a football scholarship. He's going to college on a football scholarship. If he doesn't make to the pros, he's gonna still have that degree where he still has a good earning potential to take care of his child. But he has a daddy. That's the catch. He got a daddy. So he be damned if he's gonna be fathered, but has a fatherless child. See, that's the difference. See, a fatherless child don't give a damn about having a fatherless child. Let's go.
Keep this wheel going. Who benefits? Not you as the man, not the male authority. Who else benefits? The government. because now we got future prisoners.
Okay, it says reconnection successful, but are you guys here with me? Let me see. Okay, so it's buffering. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I think we're here together now. Okay. So this is my whole thing. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think we're together now. I think we're you, and hopefully we can make through this together, and then I'll go and see what's going on with the system in just a moment. Okay. Uh, I want it to be right now though. It seems like we're good to go. So the education system, but who was it that got rid of our own education system? We were teaching ourselves at one point. Who did that? Was it desegregation that made us go to the westernized schools and get western? Yeah, it was. Because even before desegregation, there was still compulsory education, which was the same bullshit lies. So either way it go, when you let the pale face reside in your home instead of getting rid of them, like you should have, you were so enamored with that woman's dirty vagina, till you just had to let them move on in here. You want to be so friendly, so when they saw how friendly you was, they took advantage of you and stole your land. That was you, alpha male. You did that. So, like, take responsibility. It's your fault. It is your fault that Great Britain came over here and even colonized us. That's on